cheers from a crowded plane as a singing flight attendant on a JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, invites passengers to ditch their masks after the mandate on planes comes to an end. So now the opportunity for a free face. It's the first time in 2 years that passengers are allowed to board planes without a mask on, but confusion is sky high. Some major airports still require masks, while some major airlines do not. For public transportation, state and local officials are still trying to decide whether to keep the mask mandates. Rideshare companies are making their own announcements about their changes. ABC News Live helps you make sense of it all. A new offensive from Russia in Ukraine forces drop bombs on a steel plant in Mariupol. Hundreds of civilians and Ukrainian troops said to be sheltering inside. Ukrainian fighters still refusing to give up as the Kremlin orders their troops to seize the eastern Donbass region. ABC's James Longman joins us from Ukraine. More than 100 former students and staff members during a 30-year period, all diagnosed with brain tumors, many of them cancerous. What's the link between a New Jersey high school and this possible cancer cluster? How health officials are trying to piece it all together. Streets washed away, homes torn apart, hundreds killed. Tonight, we go inside the deadly flooding ravaging South Africa as survivors try to figure out where to go and what to do next.
It was. It literally was minute by minute. 1 minute, the stream was there, and the next minute it wasn't. 1 minute the road was there, and the next minute it wasn't.
Earth Week inspiration. We talk with one of the most prolific conservation activists of our lifetime, Jane Goodall, the new partnership between Goodall and Apple that empowers young people around the world to confront climate change head on. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Davis. Thank you so much for streaming with us. In just the past 24 hours, lots of mixed messages, sky-high confusion, and many celebrating as the federal government's mask mandate on planes and public transportation is no longer in effect. All major airlines have now lifted their mandates, but tonight the CDC is still advising people to mask up. But today, President Biden said it's up to Americans to decide what they want to do on planes. Biden himself was seen not wearing a mask as he boarded Air Force One this afternoon. Tonight, millions of Americans are really caught in the middle and now trying to navigate a patchwork system of rules. The confusion on full display in the New York metro area. JFK, LaGuardia, and the MTA are all keeping mask requirements in place. Newark International and New Jersey Transit deciding to drop them. But tonight, parents of children under the age of 5 are blasting airlines for lifting mask requirements, in some cases while they're actually in the air. One mother told ABC News that she was scared and upset as she was traveling with her 4-year-old. So what comes next as Americans now navigate a new, mostly maskless reality? Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, leads us off tonight.
Just 24 hours after that federal mask mandate was dropped on planes and public transportation, the signs coming down and more masks coming off.
I would say like 25% of people were not wearing a mask. And it was not a big deal at all.
Does that concern you at all, that the plane may have people without a mask on?
A little, but we're going to wear ours.
Yeah.
I'm not really that concerned.
And after nearly 2 years of having to referee disputes over masks on board, some flight attendants are happy to give passengers the option. Tonight, the CDC is still recommending masks during travel, but the president today saying airline passengers should make their own decision.
Mr. President, should people continue to wear masks on planes?
That's up to them.
Still, Americans now face a confusing patchwork of rules. You can fly without a mask in and out of New York's LaGuardia and Kennedy airports, but you'll need to put it on while walking through the airport.
It's like contradicting. It's like a lot of stuff going on. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, and then we have to listen to both.
And while Amtrak and rideshare services like Uber and Lyft have all dropped their mask rules, several major cities like New York and San Francisco still require them on some public transit. This as infection rates climb across 33 states. CDC data out today shows that new Omicron subvariant BA.2.12.1, which could be about 25% more contagious than BA.2, makes up nearly a fifth of all new cases in the U.S. and more than half of the cases in New York and New Jersey.
Removing the mask on flights and public transportation creates a worry that will only add fuel to the fire and increase the risk of cases and transmission in the community and ultimately hospitalizations and deaths.
And after those mid-flight announcements that masks were no longer needed,
Mask now optional for employees, customers following the White House.
Some passengers, like Brooke Tansley, say they were upset and caught off guard. She was flying across the country with her kids, who are too young to get the vaccine, when her pilot shared the news.
I don't begrudge him his excitement. I just wish that he would have taken a minute to consider people in different circumstances and the decision he was making on behalf of everyone on that plane.
So many strong feelings on both sides of this mask debate. Gio joins us now from Newark Airport. Gio, there's late word tonight the Biden administration will appeal this if the CDC still believes it's needed.
That's absolutely right, Lindsay, and this just came down from the Department of Justice, and they're basically saying if the CDC still believes that that mask mandate is necessary, that's when the Department of Justice will go ahead and take action and appeal this decision. Of course, we do not know what the CDC will decide or when, but we do know that the CDC is concerned about that rise in cases that we've been seeing in COVID cases, and so, of course, they had pushed for a 2-week extension to begin with. So a lot of questions right now, but it does look like the government is ready to act on this.
All right, still so much confusion, and that is up in the air. Gio Benitez, our thanks to you. Russia has declared that it is now entering the next phase of its special operation to seize the eastern part of Ukraine. Russia is now intensifying attacks in the east, but all eyes are on the key city of Mariupol. Ukrainian fighters inside this steel plant refuse to surrender, saying that there are also more than 1,000 civilians there with them. ABC's James Longman is close to the fighting. He has the latest from Ukraine.
Tonight, Russia's new drive to take the eastern Donbass region of Ukraine now underway. The Kremlin declaring the start of this next phase of its war with missile and artillery strikes across a 300-mile-wide front. Russian forces also trying to storm the last major holdout in the strategic city of Mariupol. But dug-in Ukrainian defenders today defying another Russian demand to surrender. Their last line of defense, the Azovstal steel factory. Ukrainian fighters and at least 1,000 civilians are believed to have hunkered down there. In video posted by the far-right Azov battalion, who are fighting with the Ukrainians, a young boy reportedly sheltering in the plant says that when the shells fall, the whole place shakes. Video can't be independently verified by ABC News, and Russia denies civilians remain there. If the factory falls, Mariupol likely falls, and Moscow would seize a critical port and the linchpin to a strategic land bridge to Russian-occupied Crimea. We went to within a few miles of this new eastern front, to the villages already in the firing line.
So this is a village not far from the front line, and take a look. This is right where a missile landed from Russia, right next to people's homes. I mean, what is the military objective of hitting a place like this?
The soil kicked up from the explosion, still covering their wrecked car.
Are you scared living here? Are you scared? You're right here, and the bombs are landing next to your house.
Sure, I'm afraid, she says, but what should we do? This is our land. This is our home. And tonight, ABC News witnessing evidence of possible incendiary weapon use. This field littered with the remnants of what they say was an incendiary attack.
Everywhere we're walking, we can see these white, chalky substances on the floor. You can see on the ground here.
This woman in the village comes to speak to us.
Was there fire here?
She says it was burning all over the road. Her neighbour brings out a bag of what he thinks are incendiary munitions that landed in his garden. Explosives made to cause devastating fires. Using them on civilian areas is against international law. Munitions experts tell ABC News the hexagonal cartridges here may hold magnesium, carried by Soviet-era incendiary rockets. Everyday life now a front line in war, like for Vitaly, a farmer who ploughs his fields just 15 miles from the Russian front. He shows us the missile that landed in his field and the video from where his tractor pulled it out of the ground. We're fighting on the second front line, he says, the front line of supplying our country with food. He's even fortified his tractor. The driver in a flak jacket and helmet as he tends to his crops.
Your tractor is your tank?
Yes, we're risking our lives, he says, but we have to do it.
So many feel that their only option is to fight. James Longman joins us now. And James, you're just miles away from the Russian front in Dnipro. Tonight, we're learning that the White House is planning another big military aid package for Ukraine.
Yeah, likely worth hundreds of millions of dollars, Lindsay, very similar to what the administration has already given. And tonight we've heard from President Zelensky. He's asking again for more aid from the West. So we'll wait and see just what that entails. What Ukraine has up against it now is much different to the fight that we saw in Kyiv. We were in the towns and villages in the east today, all evacuated. The men from these towns have gone to the front line in the east to fight the Russians. And it was kind of sinister being in these places, Lindsay, because I've spoken to you from Kyiv, from the towns of Bucha and Borodyanka and Irpin. We saw what Russia could do. And what they're trying to do here in the east is defend this part of the country to stop that happening again. Lindsay?
All right, James Longman, our thanks to you as always. We are learning new details about the disturbing death of a mother here in New York. Authorities believe that Orsolia Gal was stabbed as many as 60 times inside her Queens home. Her body was then stuffed inside a duffel bag where it was found 9 blocks away. Detectives say that they want to speak with a man whose number was found on her phone. They say that he is not a suspect or person of interest. Investigators believe that Gal knew her attacker and did try to fight back. Next to a medical mystery in New Jersey tied to more than 100 people diagnosed with brain tumors, half of them cancerous, over the past 30 years. And all of them have some connection to the local high school. Health officials are now investigating what may be behind this potential cancer cluster. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, concern growing around a New Jersey high school after more than 100 former students and staff reported being diagnosed with brain tumors over the course of 30 years.
I don't know that we know enough yet to be definitive in terms of causation, etc. But I know for sure that the tragedy that many lives are going through have some nexus to the Colonia High School. So that's something that we take very seriously.
Al Lupiano, his wife and sister, graduated from Colonia High School between 1989 and 1995. All 3 diagnosed with brain tumors, his sister dying from a more aggressive form this past February.
I said, what is the likelihood that a husband and wife can both have an acoustic neuroma? And what is the likelihood that a sister of me and my wife can have a brain tumor at the same time?
So Al posted on Facebook to see if anyone in the area had experienced something similar. And he says the response was staggering. More than 105 people so far saying they had been diagnosed with brain tumors, all alumni and staff of Colonia High School, about half cancerous. The township contracting an environmental engineering firm to test for radiation, and officials are investigating to figure out if these cases are linked.
It's certainly concerning because the rate of primary brain tumors is certainly higher than what we would expect over that period of time, and certainly from a town or a high school that's of that size. Overall, though, we know that brain tumors don't grow overnight. They don't tend to show up within days to weeks. So I think there is time.
Certainly a lot of concern surrounding that school. Ariel Reshef joins us now. And Ariel, most of the cases happened with people who were at the school from 1975 to 2000. So is the school safe to remain open at this point?
Well, Lindsay, that's the question on so many people's minds. Authorities say that right now the public there, the people in the town, are not in any immediate danger. The New Jersey Health Department is investigating this. And in the meantime, the school remains open. And by the way, the mayor says that we should get the results of that investigation sometime next month. So a lot of people waiting for that, Lindsay.
I'm sure with bated breath. Ariel Reshef, our thanks to you. Now to a move by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to change the state's congressional map through a special session of the Florida State Legislature. For more on the redistricting battle and why it could have major implications as far as control of Congress, let's bring in our ABC News political director, Mr. Rick Klein. Rick, good to have you with us. Explain for us, if you would, what Governor DeSantis and Florida Republicans are proposing here and what kind of impact it could have on the House.
Yeah, what's striking here is that Governor DeSantis actually vetoed a previous map that the Republicans put forward because he thought it didn't go far enough in ensuring what he viewed as more fair representation. So Governor DeSantis now has essentially carte blanche to write the maps as he sees fit. And the proposal that he has put forward, even though Florida is gaining an extra congressional seat, it would actually eliminate 2 majority black districts, make it much harder to get a Democrat elected in those districts, and particularly a black Democrat that has long been part of the representation in North Florida and the Orlando area. And it would take away several competitive districts and essentially hand them to Republicans. Our colleagues at 538 have looked at all of this, and they say that with one fell swoop, all of the advantages that Democrats have obtained in redistricting nationwide, some people thought maybe they'd pick up 5 extra seats, all of that could get wiped out just in Florida, just with this one move this week.
And DeSantis is also targeting Disney, the parent company of ABC, after the company spoke out on the so-called Don't Say Gay bill. What's the legislature considering?
Yeah, for more than 50 years, in a deal that was negotiated by Walt Disney himself and Florida authorities, Walt Disney has had a special relationship that gave it its own jurisdiction in Florida, which made it a lot easier to comply with zoning laws or deal with any kind of local regulations. And what Governor DeSantis is saying is it's time to reconsider and maybe even revoke that special treatment for one of the largest employers, private employers in the state of Florida. He is saying maybe you have to get rid of it to send a message that Disney and other big companies shouldn't be involved in politics. This is all because Disney got involved in opposition to the so-called Don't Say Gay bill that Governor DeSantis signed into law. He is saying it's an example of a woke corporation.
And meanwhile, some news today involving Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene being challenged on being able to run because of her stance on January 6th. Explain what's happening there.
Yeah, this is fascinating, Lindsay. There's a clause in the 14th Amendment to the Constitution that says that anyone who was involved in an insurrection against the government can't hold federal office. It's never been used since the Civil War era, which is when it was initially inserted into the Constitution. But there are a series of legal challenges, not just in Georgia, but also places like North Carolina and Wisconsin, that target members of Congress who spoke at the January 6th rally and or said good things as it was going on. Enter Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has been very complimentary of the events around January 6th of last year, continues to even call it our 1776. So you've got a group of voters who are saying this should bar her from seeking office or being able to serve in office. And now a judge in Georgia is going to hear that challenge on Friday. It's the first time that any member of Congress involved in the January 6th events is going to have to testify under oath. And so bottom line, could this actually prevent her from running? It could, but it seems unlikely. The legal experts we've talked to have pointed out that early voting starts in Georgia in just a couple of weeks. It's unlikely that a judge is going to intervene at this late stage, but it could pave the way for other challenges to succeed either in this cycle or in the future. There are some groups talking about using that same clause of the Constitution against former President Trump if he were to try to seek the presidency again. ABC News political director Rick Klein. Thanks so much, Rick. Thank you, Lizzie. And when we come back, the new independent autopsy report the family of Patrick Loyola says confirms that he was not fighting the officer just before he was shot dead. We have the details. Actor Johnny Depp takes the stand in the defamation trial against his ex-wife. But up next, the deadliest floods in the history of South Africa. And with the sun now shining for the first time in the impacted regions in 2 weeks, our Maggie Ruley's on the ground of this climate-fueled catastrophe.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any place else. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast, now streaming on ABC News Live.
It was a scary time. In the 70s, you had multiple bodies showing up in Los Angeles.
There were so many murders happening. You had to have a name for it, serial killer.
There was a human head in there. This was premeditated evil.
We have this clock. This person is going to do this again.
It's me against the killer. Who's going to win?
We'll see who laughs last.
What came next was unlike anything they had ever seen.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know?
To help you not just get through your day,
but to make the most of it. Feel smarter.
Feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
It's all about you.
The hottest views in daytime are happening right here.
We talk about things on this show that people don't talk about.
That I can't wait to see. Honest takes from strong women.
We need all hands on deck, and we need it right now. This is the time to speak out.
Unafraid to get real.
We stick by our points of view.
We're all seeing it differently, and that's the beauty of The View.
And that's why the most watched #1 daytime talk show is The View. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
Is that the gun?
That's not the gun.
What is it? I won't ask you again then. Are you a Nazi?
The deeper you go into the black market,
You put your life at risk.
the darker it gets. Why hasn't anyone come out and spoken?
It's about the money. That's why we do it.
Trafficked. New episodes Wednesdays at 9 on National Geographic.
Take America's #1 news with you anywhere you go, anytime, free. Download the ABC News app now. Breaking news, exclusives, 24/7. There for you with one touch. The ABC News app. Download it now. America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news, free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
Tonight in South Africa, residents are finally getting a look at the damage and destruction after 2 weeks of historic rain that has left hundreds dead and dozens missing. The president there connecting the deluge to climate change. Our Maggie Rulli saw the devastation firsthand today and has this in-depth report.
For the first time in 2 weeks in this devastated region of South Africa, there was no rain. The sun shining a light on the grim reality of what's left behind.
That's the road that collapsed. Oh my God. It used to go across here, and now it's collapsed.
Just the devastation's incredible
horrific.
to see up close. I mean, it's unimaginable.
Yeah.
Local leader Alicia Kassoon brings us to this informal settlement, ripped apart by floodwaters. Cars crushed, roads broken and washed away. Vital infrastructure uprooted and smashed. People left without water, carrying back what they can in buckets overhead, stepping over live wires left exposed after the floods. But beyond the devastation tonight, hundreds are dead, and dozens remain missing after 2 weeks of record-breaking downpours. Here in this settlement, search and rescue is still looking for a 7-year-old girl. Alicia says it's been a grueling week. She oversees multiple informal and formal settlements near Durban, South Africa's third largest city of roughly 3.5 million people.
So this was the area that was cut off. That's good.
She says what happened here is almost impossible to describe.
Standing here thinking about the water rising, threatening that house, cutting off this community. I mean, it sounds like it was really minute by minute, people's lives were at stake.
It was. It literally was minute by minute. 1 minute, the stream was there, and the next minute it wasn't. 1 minute the road was there, and the next minute it wasn't. It was terrifying.
This entire area was cut off after the heaviest rains in more than 60 years pummeled the KwaZulu-Natal province.
We tried to run away, my young children, my young boy.
Authorities say it's one of the deadliest storms to ever hit the country. Tens of thousands now homeless.
I don't even have a bed.
Rescuers wading through waist-deep floodwaters with search dogs, at times even swimming, looking for the dozens of people still unaccounted for. The South African Army sending 10,000 troops into the disaster zone to help. But in this community, Alicia seems to be leading the charge. She pauses during our interview multiple times, and understandably so, to field calls from desperate residents looking for help.
Okay, where are you at the moment?
And with vital infrastructure wiped out, safe drinking water is in short supply, and Durban's beautiful beach now filled with trash.
When the rains hit, floodwaters mixed with massive ocean waves, churning up all of this debris. We've seen shoes, bottles, cans. Look, you can see a tree that's been completely uprooted. This dangerous mess stretches for miles along the coastline.
This historic storm and its heartbreaking destruction comes just weeks after a new UN climate report concluded delay means death. The UN warning the place we all call home, our planet, is getting clobbered by climate change.
Nearly half of humanity is living in the danger zone now.
Many ecosystems are at the point of no return now.
We've seen this firsthand with our own reporting over the past year, from horrific wildfires in Greece,
forests and homes burned, covered in ash, still smoldering,
to devastating flooding in Germany.
There's so many people dead. You don't expect people to die in a flood in Germany.
Back in South Africa, the president blames climate change as a driving force behind this storm, and he says his country needs to prepare.
National state of disaster.
Because it's only going to get worse. For now, the government has declared a state of disaster and promised resources, but many say help isn't coming fast enough, and it's neighbors who are stepping up.
You saw the strongest of our community without asking, without videos, without anything.
Alicia tells us people here are living minute by minute, and many now getting ready for the painstaking work ahead to rebuild.
Our electricity right now, just down this road, everyone's cut off from electricity. It's not just that, there's so much more to a flood. Right? It's terrifying, yes, but the aftermath, it doesn't stop there. The cleanup, the putting on the lights, the fixing the roads, those things never stop. That is terrifying because we can't go back to our normal lives.
So much destruction and a lot of work ahead in order to try to restore things back to any semblance of normalcy. Maggie Rulli joins us now from South Africa. And Maggie, I'm curious to know what struck you the most today about what you witnessed.
Lindsay, I think what's so striking here is just how vast this devastation is and how it is complete destruction. We're at that one settlement today. We went there with Alicia, and she was pointing around, and there was this large pile in the center. And Lindsay, I thought it was just a pile of debris made up of trees and some trash. And she told me, she said, look closer. You'll see furniture. You'll see couches in there mixed in with cars. She says those are houses. That is a pile of people's homes that have slid down that hill in a mudslide. She called it, a pile of memories, as we heard, and that just is gut-wrenching to hear. That village lost multiple people. There's still a 7-year-old girl missing there right now. And to think about those people, to see the loss of life and destruction firsthand like that is so vast that you can't even comprehend it. I mean, Lindsay, it's hard to take it all in.
I'm sure that it is hard to really get your mind around all of what you're witnessing there. And Maggie, you also reported that the South African president connected this to climate change, and you've certainly witnessed this across the globe over the past year, an increasing number of world leaders acknowledging what's happening.
Yeah, exactly, Lindsay. I think the shift here has been so dramatic. When we were in Germany, the leader there cited climate change. In Greece, the leader there as well said climate change is playing a part in these natural disasters. There has been such a shift in the rhetoric over the years. I think people are realizing that these storms, these disasters are not normal. It's not normal to have a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-1,000-year storm happening year after year. Lindsay, as we just saw, I've been to 3 of these in just the past year alone. And as the president here said, it's only going to get worse. Countries have to start to prepare because this shows, as he said, that climate change is here right now. Lindsay.
Maggie Rulli, our thanks to you, reporting in from South Africa. Still ahead here on Prime, the legal action filed by the brother of Michelle Obama against the school that his children used to go to over alleged racial discrimination. The new push to find an environmentally sustainable way to get rid of those old iPhones. We'll speak with the former head of the EPA and acclaimed activist Jane Goodall about a new initiative. And we take a look at the surge at our southern border by the numbers. But first, our tweet of the day, paying tribute to Blackish. After 8 years, the Johnson family, who made us laugh and explored so many issues over the years, saying one final goodbye tonight.
The deeper you go into black markets, the darker it gets.
Traffic, Wednesdays at 9 on National Geographic.
Right now, with so much at stake, Sunday mornings, this is the place. Taking on all the tough questions. Straightforward reporting. No spin, no hype, no bull. Thank you for making ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos the #1 Sunday morning news show versus the competition.
Welcome to This Week.
It was a scary time in the 70s. You had multiple bodies showing up in Los Angeles.
There were so many murders happening. You had to have a name for it, serial killer.
There was a human head in there. This was premeditated evil.
You have this clock. This person is going to do this again.
It's me against the killer. Who's going to win?
We'll see who laughs last.
What came next was unlike anything they had ever seen.
Is that the gun?
That's not the gun.
What is it? I won't ask you again then. Are you a Nazi?
The deeper you go into black markets,
You could be putting your life at risk.
the darker it gets.
Why hasn't anyone come out and spoken?
It's about the money. That's why we do it.
Trafficked. New episodes Wednesdays at 9 on National Geographic.
These days, with so much going on, it's hard to keep up.
While others are recapping yesterday's headlines,
We're bringing you the right now.
This is the busy border crossing. Steel barricades, another strike.
The Right Now look at the day ahead, how it affects you and your family.
Record high gas prices.
the threat of cyber warfare.
Is peace possible?
World News Now beginning at 2 a.m. Eastern, followed by America This Morning,
America's #1 early morning news.
streaming here on ABC News Live.
Take America's #1 news with you anywhere you go, anytime, free. Download the ABC News app now. Breaking news, exclusives, 24/7. There for you with one touch. The ABC News app. Download it now.
I risked my life. If I was caught, they would have put a bullet in my head.
That would have been one of the most deadly acts of domestic terrorism ever in the United States.
He put himself in jeopardy for us.
Welcome back, everyone. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reports that illegal border crossing attempts are at the highest they've been in at least 2 decades. Let's take a look at what's happening on the U.S.-Mexican border by the numbers. The number of southwest border encounters has now topped 1 million since the start of the 2022 fiscal year. That's the fastest pace of unauthorized migrations in at least the past 20 years. Authorities made more than 209,906 arrests in March, making it the single busiest month in that 20-year span. 159,900 total migrants were apprehended at the border in March, a 37% increase from February. And that means that 28% of those attempting to cross had made at least one previous attempt within the past year. That's compared to a 7% recidivism rate before Title 42. Most border crossers were single males, but unaccompanied children increased 18%, with 14,167 cases in March compared to 11,984 in February, and families attempting to cross went up 42% to 37,818. The March numbers also show a sharp rise in migrants from Cuba. About 32,271 Cubans crossed illegally in March. That's almost as high as the 38,390 Cubans who crossed in all of the previous 6 months. 11,397 migrants were allowed to enter the U.S. to seek humanitarian protection last month. About 5,000 of those were from Ukraine. The Biden administration is set to lift the Title 42 policy on May 23rd, which is drawing some concerns that another border surge could be just around the corner. And we still have lots to get to here on Prime tonight. For the first time in about a decade, Netflix makes an announcement that they probably wish they didn't have to. We have the details. Our Kira Phillips sits down with Niall DeMarco, the model, filmmaker, and hugely popular activist in the deaf community. But first, a look at our top trending stories on abcnews.com.
With so much at stake in our world right now, we wanted to thank you for your trust and for making ABC News America's #1 news.
And thank you for making ABC News Live America's #1 streaming news.
Now streaming on ABC News Live 2020. True crime, cinematic, real-life drama, stunning, the unthinkable. Follow the clues. The Hunt. True crime 2020. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
National parks are incredibly safe places, but crime will happen.
Hey, my wife has fallen. She's in really critical condition.
At that time, I thought it was just a tragic accident.
There's still a lot of questions we need to ask.
There were small things that didn't totally add up.
This is 2 lives for Harold that have died now. I was shocked. Something's not right.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know?
To help you not just get through your day,
But to make the most of it. Feel smarter.
feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
It's all about you.
I know what happened, and I'm not guilty.
Why the fascination with criminal trials? Figure out what's really out there.
She revealed she had murdered his family.
I know in my heart that he did this.
It's the time of suspicion. The ending's really tough.
You don't know whether truth is going to be difficult to find unless you try to find it.
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
Federal judge overturned the federal mask mandate on public transportation. The mandate was set to expire in about 2 weeks, but now the Biden administration says the TSA will no longer enforce it as a result of the ruling. Masks are also no longer required on trains, buses, and at transportation hubs.
And major airlines quick to allow customers to ditch the mask if they want.
Mask now optional for employees, customers, following the White House.
But here's where things get confusing. Agencies and operators can still make their own decisions on mask requirements. So while some airlines are opting out, masks are still required on MTA subways, buses, and commuter rails.
And across the country, new COVID cases are rising in at least 34 states. Rates up overall 20% in the last week.
Moderna says it's hoping to offer an updated COVID booster this fall that combines the original vaccine with protection specifically against Omicron.
Actor Johnny Depp took the witness stand in a Virginia courtroom today as he accuses his ex-wife of libel.
Depp claims Amber Heard falsely accused him of domestic abuse in 2018. Heard wrote an op-ed about domestic abuse. She didn't mention Depp by name, but Depp says it was a clear reference to accusations Heard made in 2016 when the couple divorced and she sought a restraining order.
So it was my responsibility, I felt, to not only attempt to clear my name, I wanted to clear my children of this horrid thing that they were having to read about their father which was untrue.
Depp testified that he and his ex-wife did argue, but he never hit her. During the week-long trial, Depp's friends and family testified that Heard was the aggressor in the relationship, physically attacking Depp on several occasions.
In Michigan, a circuit court judge ruled to keep bond for Jennifer and James Crumbly.
Bond hearing didn't go so well for the Michigan parents charged along with their son in connection with the deadly Oxford High School shooting. A judge denying the parents' request to reduce their bond from $500,000 to $100,000, citing their alleged attempts to flee and hide.
The defendant's own actions leading up to their arrest make the current bond appropriate. Therefore, I'm denying defendant's motion to reduce the bond.
15-year-old Ethan Crumbly is charged with murder and terrorism in the December shooting that left 4 students dead. His parents accused of failing to reasonably care for their son and failing to keep a gun secure at home. The Crumbly's defense lawyer says they've been unfairly portrayed as bad parents. The family of Patrick Lyoya, a black man killed in a police shooting in Grand Rapids, Michigan, says an independent autopsy they ordered shows he was shot in the back of the head face down. At a news conference, family attorney Benjamin Crump says Lyoya was executed. The officer involved claims his body camera was disabled at the exact moment of the shooting. The county medical examiner's official autopsy report has not been made public.
One of the key streaming services of the pandemic is losing customers. Netflix reporting a loss of 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter, its first subscriber loss in a decade. The company expected to crack down on password sharing to increase revenue. Netflix CEO says the company has 222 million paying subscribers, with more than 100 million additional households using shared passwords.
Some workers at Verizon are getting a pay raise. The wireless carrier says it's boosting its minimum wage to $20 an hour.
Next to the legal action from Michelle Obama's brother, Craig Robinson. He and his wife are suing a private school in Milwaukee, alleging that it expelled their 2 young sons after the Robinsons raised concerns about racial and socioeconomic bias at the school. Steve Osinsami has more.
This needs to stop and change.
This story resonated with many families in the community.
It's considered one of the top private schools in America, and in this YouTube video the school posted at the start of the school year, they share their key ideals.
On a culture built upon the common trust, we are a diverse community of learners, leaders, and citizens, and we have much to offer one another.
But the University School of Milwaukee is facing a lawsuit with accusations of racism and breach of contract from 2 of its most famous parents.
Michelle Obama is my little sister.
Craig Robinson and Mrs. Kelly Robinson.
Craig Robinson, seen here at the White House, is the brother of former First Lady Michelle Obama, making him the brother-in-law of a president.
You know, this all started as a lot of parents. We heard what was going on in the classroom.
He and his wife, Kelly, say that administrators kicked their children out of the pre-K through 12 school after the parents complained about racial discrimination.
There were repeated use of racial and ethnic stereotypes that were in actual assignments. The use of the word plantation, and things of that nature. In addition to the racial and ethnic stereotypes, there was an insensitivity to socioeconomic status, and as well as a disregard for the children who weren't physically in the classroom.
We heard stories of other families being retaliated against. We also heard about other biases that have been shared over the years.
The Robinsons are now suing, saying that the school retaliated against their family after they submitted 2 separate reports in January and March 2021 to the school, concerned about what they felt was racial and ethnic stereotypes in virtual classroom assignments. After conversations and emails, the parents were stunned on April 14, 2021, when the school told them it was dismissing their 5th grader and then their 3rd grader on June 21, 2021. The complaint cites a letter the school wrote that claimed the parents repeatedly engaged in disrespectful and demanding communications with and about our teachers and administrators. It has only become more evident that there has been a complete breakdown in your family's trust of and respect for USM.
If you ask anybody in the community, both Kelly and I are partners with teachers, and we advocate for teachers. And so I don't have any idea where that comes from.
We were never disrespectful. I have a background in education. I appreciate the work that teachers have done, especially during the pandemic. When any bias was reported, instead of acknowledging and working to make this better, they ended up dismissing our students.
The kids were just 9 and 11 years old, and their parents have asked us to blur their faces. Even the school says they were model students, calling them, quote, portraits of a graduate. But now the school says they'll need to graduate somewhere else.
We're moving forward with this. This needs to stop and change, and this will help all students at the University the University School of Milwaukee.
Our thanks to Steve Osinsami for that. Next to the model, filmmaker, Dancing with the Stars champion, and activist in the deaf community, Niall DeMarco is having quite a year, and he's out now with a new book. Our Kira Phillips caught up with him.
Have you achieved deaf utopia?
If breaking barriers and shattering stereotypes equals everything perfect.
Congratulations, Niall. You are America's Next Top Model.
Niall DeMarco has nailed it.
I remember when I first won America's Next Top Model, my mom actually ran backstage, and she came on set, and immediately I said, I want to change the world.
Coda. Within a changing industry.
This is our moment.
It's a sign of the times.
Was the Oscars a watershed moment?
Truly. But what most people don't realize is that along with Coda, We had something from our community represented in 5 different categories.
And now a new book, revealing his roots in representing deaf culture, his love letter to a way of life.
How many times do hearing people say to you, deafness, it's a disability, and you say, no, 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 deafness, it's a culture.
Absolutely, absolutely. So many times hearing people will question whether or not we have a culture. They're hesitant to believe that it even exists, but in fact, we have a language, which means we have culture. I do hope that this book provides a little bit more insight to those people and that they see that my upbringing.
I have the whole Italian family here. Mom, where's the ziti? I'm hungry.
4 generations of Italian deaf dinners, drive, and determination.
Mom, you knew you had to be an advocate. Why?
Well, because of my parents. I'm gonna cry, sorry. So because of my parents, they went to an oral school growing up. They weren't allowed to use sign language. And I decided when I had kids, their language, their right to have language is American Sign Language.
She taught us, you know, that there was no glass ceiling, that we could do whatever we wanted. And it didn't matter if we could hear or not. What was important was that our skills would speak for themselves if we worked hard.
And here we are, Gallaudet Theater. How does it feel to be here again?
Life lessons Niall took to his alma mater, Gallaudet, the famed university for the deaf in Washington, D.C.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels like a full circle moment for me. I mean, I acted on this stage.
Setting the stage for an award-winning career while inspiring younger deaf dreamers to be the change.
We have a surprise for you.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Niall proved that when he created his first Netflix reality series, Deaf U, on Gallaudet's campus.
What happened? I got her phone number. That's all good.
A show about love, activism, and discovering sexual identities while navigating college in a world not always designed for the deaf.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams you would be here now?
No. If someone had told me 5 years ago that I would have won 2 different reality TV shows, that I would have produced 2 different docuseries on Netflix, that one of those would be nominated for an Oscar, and that I would be writing a book, I would absolutely say it was impossible.
Deaf utopia.
I'm achieving it. I think slowly and bit by bit, but I'll never be satisfied. I'm insatiable and I always want more.
Love that. Our thanks to Kira for bringing it to us. Finally tonight, the Ukrainian athletes front and center at the Invictus Games. Bob Woodruff reports in from the Netherlands.
Tonight in The Hague, the Invictus Games are underway. Hundreds of wounded veterans, servicemen and women competing, now taking on an added meaning this year in a time of war. We met 2 members of Team Ukraine, Ihor Biskaraviny and Ihor Malushka.
It's my leg. It's my new leg.
It's your new leg. Both injured in battle years ago, now proud to be here representing their country.
You're fighting out here for those that are serving now, the other Ukrainian, they're on the front lines.
Yes, they both tell me. And just last week, they say one of their trainers was killed on the battlefield.
On your team, who's the archery trainer, he was actually killed?
Yes.
In the last few days?
Yes.
Dmytro Sidoruk, Ukraine's archery trainer. They carried a photo of him into the games. Several members of their team have been killed in this war. And tonight, this photo of their teammate, Yulia Polevska, is now being shared across the world. She was taken captive by the Russians in Mariupol. Prince Harry, who founded the Games, is here. Duchess Meghan left just yesterday. Prince Harry talking to the BBC about that quick visit to the Queen on their way to the Invictus Games.
She had plenty of messages for Team UK, which I've already passed on to most of them. So, no, it was great to see her. I'm sure she'd love to be here if she could.
Tonight, Prince Harry saying the world stands with Ukraine.
To have them here is extraordinary. I don't think this Games could have been the Games that it is without Team Ukraine.
And those players tell me they are competing to honor those fighting back home.
What does it mean to you to play in this game here for the Invictus Games?
They say this is a sport event, but it's more than that this time. They want the world to know what's happening in their country.
Our thanks to Bob Woodruff. This Earth Week, we wanted to pick the brains of two people who know so much about our planet, and we are just thrilled tonight to be joined by Dr. Jane Goodall, and former head of the EPA and currently Apple's Vice President of Environment Policy and Social Initiation, Lisa Jackson. Thank you for joining us. So, Dr. Goodall, let's start with you. Apple is now partnering with your Roots and Shoots program, which helps young people around the world become empowered and compassionate citizens. What's your reaction to the many young people who are really stepping up to confront the climate crisis?
Well, my reaction is one of thanksgiving, because we have to rely on the young people and their energy, their passion, their commitment. And, you know, our program began back in 1991. And the values they acquire in the Roots and Shoots program, they've taken with them. So we now have people in high position, high decision makers who are helping to change the planet and move us in the right direction. And partnering with Apple in this is very, very exciting.
I can imagine. And Lisa, nearly everyone has a cell phone, many of them iPhones by Apple. Dr. Goodall recently recycled her iPhone with you at an Apple store, as you know. People always ask what they can do. Walk us through the importance of recycling a cell phone.
Well, you know, our iPhones contain almost 100 different chemicals from the periodic table, and we'd like to get as many of those back. We want materials from our current phones and our past phones to be used to make the iPhones of the future. And this year, we're really proud because nearly 20% of the materials used in 2021 was recycled materials in our products. So we have 20% recycled materials. We want to see that number continue to grow. And the only way that happens is if users and customers bring back their devices at the end of their life.
Dr. Goodall, you are, of course, so meticulous in making sure that you limit your footprint here on Earth, something that you advocate that each of us does and does well. Why did you decide to partner with Apple?
Well, because first of all, I use an Apple laptop, and it seems that because of Lisa, really, Apple really is trying to do its share of limiting its footprint on the planet. And, you know, so many businesses are just ramping forward and not caring about the long-term environmental protection as much as short-term profit. And yes, people need to make money, but it is possible to make money without destroying the planet. We've gone so far in destroying the planet that it's shocking. And I just add one thing to this recycling of cell phones, that the Jane Goodall Institute works in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the eastern part where all the minerals are. And there's such terrible things going on there as people hunt, particularly for coltan, one of the minerals that goes into the cell phones. And this coltan is under the ground, tunnels are dug, they're not properly shored up. Children, basically slaves, are sent down in the tunnels. So many get killed. And in the surrounding area, because all these people are poor, the animal life is just being totally exterminated.
And Lisa, we just heard Dr. Goodall really ringing that siren of alarm. And we've all seen the dire UN climate reports, code red for humanity, they say. The window seems to really be quickly disappearing as far as change is concerned. Apple, of course, operates all over the world and among many environmental promises has pledged that all products will be fully carbon neutral by 2030. What more do you feel that Apple still needs to do?
Well, we have to move from doing what needs to be done to showing leadership about what can be done. Jane brought up the importance of securing your supply chain. We do that. We ensure that we're not having conflict minerals and dangerous supply lines in our products. But that's just the beginning. You know, Jane challenges us all the time to think about hope, to think about the future. So we've said, you know what, we'd like to see all of our products made with all recycled and renewable materials so that we break this chain between making new wonderful devices for the future and having them cost the planet or people in terms of supply chain or environment or labor problems. We feel like we have to lead and show the industry a new way to go. So there's tons of work still to do. We're really proud of what we've done. But what I love so much about Jane, Dr. Goodall, is that she challenges us every day to think more about the future, and she never lets us give up hope. Those two things together are the most powerful device, the most powerful thing we can do for the planet.
And Lisa, you mentioned hope. Obviously, we see that book over your shoulder, Dr. Goodall, that says hope. And Doctor, you recently celebrated your 88th birthday. You've been advocating for our planet for your entire life. I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but on this Earth Week, what gives you hope that humanity will be able to pull itself out of this climate crisis?
Well, you know, my reasons for hope are the energy, commitment, and determination, and very often the courage of young people. And that's, you know, our program is in over 65 countries around the world and growing. And then secondly, if you give nature a chance, it's amazingly resilient. So if you take some of these places where coltan and other minerals have been mined to make things like cell phones and so on, then give that place time and it looks terrible, nature will reclaim it and biodiversity will return.
So many scars to be healed, but we thank you both for what you are doing, the efforts and steps that you're taking to save our planet. Dr. Goodall and Lisa Jackson, we thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you.
And before we go tonight, our image of the day, a special happy birthday to Bella, who is considered to be the world's oldest Sumatran orangutan. Bella lives at the Hagenbeck Zoo in Hamburg, and she turned 61 today. That is our show for this hour. Be sure to stay tuned to ABC News Live for more context and analysis of the day's top stories. Thanks so much for streaming with us. Coming up in the next hour, the mixed messages, anger and celebration over the removal of those mask mandates and the legal fight aimed at keeping controversial Georgia lawmaker Marjorie Taylor Greene off the ballot for the midterms is allowed to proceed. Her response to the action. Stay with us.
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news, free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms. More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source. Take America's #1 news with you, anywhere you go, anytime, free. Download the ABC News app now. Breaking news, exclusives, 24/7. There for you with one touch. The ABC News app. Download it now.
The deeper you go into the black market, the darker it gets.
Trafficked, Wednesdays at 9 on National Geographic.
He thought he was God.
He's now one of the most vilified men in the world. He is the everyman. Zelensky is the Tom Hanks of Ukraine.
The
fact that a little nice Jewish boy is 5'7" is showing up this KGB agent in the Kremlin.
What do you say to Americans who see Russia and you not only as a rival, but an unfriendly adversary?
Two men at war.
Which Vladimir will take over. The world is not going to be the same.
Christopher Steele.
The guy who picked a fight with 2 presidents, and he's lived to tell the tale.
That now infamous dossier.
Supposedly a tape showing prostitutes hired by Donald Trump urinating on a bed, and would be quite a tape if it in fact existed.
I said take out the PP tape.
It quickly became a question of how much of this was accurate.
This is the stuff of movies.
A lot of this is the stuff of movies.
Story of epic proportions.
Phony stuff.
It's a bunch of crap.
It changed history.
Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay Davis. Thank you so much for streaming with us. We're monitoring several developments here at ABC News at this hour. A federal judge says a group of Georgia voters can move forward with efforts to disqualify Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from running for re-election. The case will be heard this Friday in Atlanta, where Greene is expected to be called to testify about her involvement in the events surrounding January 6th. If she does, she will be the first member of Congress to be questioned under oath about the attack on the Capitol. Greene has denied any involvement in the attack and is appealing. Actor Ezra Miller, known for his role as the Flash in the Justice League movies, was arrested on suspicion of assault today. Hawaii police say Miller became irate after being asked to leave a party at a private home and threw a chair, hitting a woman in the head. It's the second time in recent weeks the actor has been arrested in Hawaii. The Biden administration today announced plans to make it easier for low-income student loan borrowers to get debt forgiveness. The new program will allow borrowers to pay a certain percentage of their income toward their loans for 20 to 25 years and have the rest of their balances forgiven. The initiative could benefit as many as 3.6 million people. That's nearly 10% of all student loan borrowers. Russia has declared that it is now entering the next phase of its special operation to seize the eastern part of Ukraine. Russia is now intensifying attacks in the east, but all eyes are on the key city of Mariupol. Ukrainian fighters inside this steel plant refuse to surrender, saying that there are also more than 1,000 civilians there with them. ABC's James Longman is close to the fighting. He has the latest from Ukraine.
Tonight, Russia's new drive to take the eastern Donbass region of Ukraine now underway. The Kremlin declaring the start of this next phase of its war with missile and artillery strikes across a 300-mile-wide front. Russian forces also trying to storm the last major holdout in the strategic city of Mariupol, but dug-in Ukrainian defenders today defying another Russian demand to surrender. Their last line of defense, the Azovstal steel factory. Ukrainian fighters and at least 1,000 civilians are believed to have hunkered down there. In video posted by the far-right Azov battalion, who are fighting with the Ukrainians, a young boy reportedly sheltering in the plant says that when the shells fall, the whole place shakes. Video can't be independently verified by ABC News, and Russia denies civilians remain there. If the factory falls, Mariupol likely falls, and Moscow would seize a critical port and the linchpin to a strategic land bridge to Russian-occupied Crimea. We went to within a few miles of this new eastern front, to the villages already in the firing line.
So this is a village not far from the front line, and take a look. This is right where a missile landed from Russia, right next to people's homes. I mean, what is the military objective of hitting a place like this?
The soil kicked up from the explosion, still covering their wrecked car.
Are you scared living here? Are you scared? You're right here, and the bombs are landing next to your house.
Sure, I'm afraid, she says, but what should we do? This is our land. This is our home. And tonight, ABC News witnessing evidence of possible incendiary weapon use. This field littered with the remnants of what they say was an incendiary attack.
Everywhere we're walking, we can see these white, chalky substances on the floor. You can see on the ground here.
This woman in the village comes to speak to us.
Was there fire here?
She says it was burning all over the road. Her neighbour brings out a bag of what he thinks are incendiary munitions that landed in his garden. Explosives made to cause devastating fires. Using them on civilian areas is against international law. Munitions experts tell ABC News the hexagonal cartridges here may hold magnesium, carried by Soviet-era incendiary rockets. Everyday life now a front line in war, like for Vitaly, a farmer who ploughs his fields just 15 miles from the Russian front. He shows us the missile that landed in his field and the video from where his tractor pulled it out of the ground. We're fighting on the second front line, he says, the front line of supplying our country with food. He's even fortified his tractor. The driver in a flak jacket and helmet as he tends to his crops.
Your tractor is your tank.
Yes, we're risking our lives, he says, but we have to do it.
So many risking their lives, our thanks to James. Now to the mixed messages and confusion, as well as some celebration, as the federal government's mask mandate on planes and public transportation is no more. And all major airlines have now lifted their mandates. But tonight, the CDC is still advising people to mask up, as President Biden says it's up to Americans. So what comes next as Americans now navigate a new mostly maskless reality? ABC News transportation correspondent Gio Benitez has the latest.
Just 24 hours after that federal mask mandate was dropped on planes and public transportation, the signs coming down and more masks coming off.
I would say like 25% of people were not wearing a mask, and it was not a big deal at all.
Does that concern you at all, that the plane may have people without a mask on?
A little, but we're gonna wear ours.
Yeah, I'm not really that concerned.
And after nearly 2 years of having to referee disputes over masks on board, some flight attendants are happy to give passengers the option. Tonight, the CDC is still recommending masks during travel, but the president today saying airline passengers should make their own decision.
Mr. President, should people continue to wear masks on planes?
That's up to them.
Still, Americans now face a confusing patchwork of rules. You can fly without a mask in and out of New York's LaGuardia and Kennedy airports, but you'll need to put it on while walking through the airport.
It's like contradicting. It's like a lot of stuff going on. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, and then we have to listen to both.
And while Amtrak and rideshare services like Uber and Lyft have all dropped their mask rules, several major cities like New York and San Francisco still require them on some public transit. This as infection rates climb across 33 states. CDC data out today shows that new Omicron subvariant BA.2.12.1, which could be about 25% more contagious than BA.2, makes up nearly a fifth of all new cases in the U.S. and more than half of the cases in New York and New Jersey.
Removing the mask on flights and public transportation creates a worry that will only add fuel to the fire and increase the risk of cases and transmission in the community, and ultimately hospitalizations and deaths.
And after those mid-flight announcements that masks were no longer needed,
Masks now optional for employees, customers, following the White House.
Some passengers, like Brooke Tansley, say they were upset and caught off guard. She was flying across the country with her kids, who are too young to get the vaccine, when her pilot shared the news.
I don't begrudge him his excitement. I just wish that he would have taken a minute to consider people in different circumstances and the decision he was making on behalf of everyone on that plane.
So many on different sides of this mask debate. Our thanks to Gio for that. Tonight in South Africa, residents are finally getting a look at the damage and destruction after 2 weeks of historic rain that has left hundreds dead and dozens more missing. The president there connecting the deluge to climate change. Our Maggie Ruley saw the devastation firsthand today and files this in-depth report.
For the first time in 2 weeks in this devastated region of South Africa, there was no rain. The sun shining a light on the grim reality of what's left behind.
That's the road that collapsed. It used to go across here, and now it's collapsed.
Just the devastation's incredible
horrific.
to see up close. I mean, it's unimaginable.
Yeah.
Local leader Alicia Kassoon brings us to this informal settlement, ripped apart by floodwaters. Cars crushed, roads broken and washed away. Vital infrastructure uprooted and smashed. People left without water, carrying back what they can in buckets overhead, stepping over live wires left exposed after the floods. But beyond the devastation tonight, hundreds are dead, and dozens remain missing after 2 weeks of record-breaking downpours. Here in this settlement, search and rescue is still looking for a 7-year-old girl. Alicia says it's been a grueling week. She oversees multiple informal and formal settlements near Durban, South Africa's third largest city of roughly 3.5 million people.
So
this was the area that was cut off. That's good.
She says what happened here is almost impossible to describe.
Standing here thinking about the water rising, threatening that house, cutting off this community. I mean, it sounds like it was really minute by minute, people's lives were at stake.
It was. It literally was minute by minute. 1 minute, the stream was there, and the next minute it wasn't. 1 minute the road was there, and the next minute it wasn't. It was terrifying.
This entire area was cut off after the heaviest rains in more than 60 years pummeled the KwaZulu-Natal province.
We tried to run away, my young children, my young boy.
Authorities say it's one of the deadliest storms to ever hit the country. Tens of thousands now homeless.
I don't even have a bed.
Rescuers wading through waist-deep floodwaters with search dogs, at times even swimming, looking for the dozens of people still unaccounted for. The South African Army sending 10,000 troops into the disaster zone to help. But in this community, Alicia seems to be leading the charge. She pauses during our interview multiple times, and understandably so, to field calls from desperate residents looking for help.
Okay, where are you at the moment?
And with vital infrastructure wiped out, safe drinking water is in short supply, and Durban's beautiful beach now filled with trash.
When the rains hit, floodwaters mixed with massive ocean waves, churning up all of this debris. We've seen shoes, bottles, cans. Look, you can see a tree that's been completely uprooted. This dangerous mess stretches for miles along the coastline.
This historic storm and its heartbreaking destruction comes just weeks after a new UN climate report concluded delay means death. The UN warning the place we all call home, our planet, is getting clobbered by climate change.
Nearly half of humanity is living in the danger zone now. Many ecosystems are at the point of no return now.
We've seen this firsthand with our own reporting over the past year, from horrific wildfires in Greece.
Forests and homes burned, covered in ash, still smoldering.
To devastating flooding in Germany.
There's so many people dead. You don't expect people to die in a flood in Germany.
Back in South Africa, the president blames climate change as a driving force behind this storm. And he says his country needs to prepare.
National state of disaster.
Because it's only going to get worse. For now, the government has declared a state of disaster and promised resources. But many say help isn't coming fast enough, and it's neighbors who are stepping up.
You saw the strongest of our community without asking, without videos, without anything.
Alicia tells us people here are living minute by minute, and many now getting ready for the painstaking work ahead to rebuild.
Our electricity right now, just down this road, everyone's cut off from electricity. It's not just that, there's so much more to a flood. Right? It's terrifying, yes, but the aftermath, it doesn't stop there. The cleanup, the putting on the lights, the fixing the roads, those things never stop. That is terrifying because we can't go back to our normal lives.
Our thanks to Maggie Ruley. The battle between free speech and the right to privacy has been a long-standing battle in U.S. history. From the state to federal level, privacy rights versus the public's right to know has been a subjective issue that goes beyond the courts. Author, professor, and former journalist Amy Guida explores how the tension between First Amendment and privacy rights has developed within digital media in the modern age. Guida's new book, Seek and Hide, The Tangled History of the Right to Privacy, dives deep into the history of freedom of the press in America and the impact that it has on privacy rights and the public interest. Amy, we thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, thanks so much for inviting me.
So what influenced you to write this book?
I think my work as a journalist and coming to understand being a lawyer and then realizing that there's this whole area of law that I didn't really understand with regard to privacy, but then also having a number of people suggest to me that privacy doesn't exist anymore, that privacy was something from the past in the age of the internet, and that's not the case. And so what I wanted to do was, in effect, celebrate this privacy right, inform people about it, and then also explain about this tension between privacy and the right to know.
So you feel that privacy does still exist. Explain how subjectivity impacts the need for the public's right to know versus protecting the right to one's privacy.
Sure. So, for the first example is that when someone requests information from the government through the Freedom of Information Act or otherwise, there's a person there on the other end who decides whether or not that information is too private to be released. So there's that example. So it's a very subjective sort of question at times. But then also, if someone does reveal something about another that is highly private, a judge will then decide whether or not that revelation, that truth, can become the basis for a lawsuit. And often today, judges decide that in fact there is the basis for that sort of lawsuit. So it's very much a subjective question of what is news, what is it important for the public to know,
and how exactly can information be determined as not newsworthy?
That's a really great question. And that's part of the struggle here. Those sorts of areas that we've always protected in the United States, nudity, medical information, sexual information, some financial information, that judges are feeling more emboldened, I guess, to second guess today in the age of the internet. It used to be that judges didn't do that as often because they trusted journalists. Today, everyone, in effect, is a journalist. Everyone can publish whatever he or she would like, and so judges are feeling more emboldened again to second guess those sorts of publications.
And in that way, because you say that everybody is essentially a journalist these days, what do you make of some of the backlash that journalists face when they're often just trying to do their jobs but are accused of invading the privacy of others? Is it harder now to be a journalist?
Sure, I think it is. And I think part of the problem is that when judges write these sorts of decisions, they really don't understand what journalism is. They don't understand the ethics involved with journalism and how every day journalists make the call whether or not to report certain things or whether that information is too private, shouldn't be reported in some way. And so I think that the more the public, the more judges really come to understand the role of journalists as opposed to everyday media, someone who might publish something on Facebook and otherwise, the better off journalists will be. We aren't all journalists, and judges need to understand that.
And in what ways has the instant access of social media played a part, would you say, in the tangled history of the right to privacy and freedom of expression?
Sure. Well, social media and its immediacy is certainly of concern to certain judges, and I think part of the reason is because people can post very quickly, and the information then goes out there. There's no level of editorial review before it gets out there, and that's a real problem on social media sometimes, of course, but then also with regard to journalists as well. It used to be that there was an editor looking at the information, checking it for invasion of privacy, checking it for defamation issues, and that doesn't exist so much anymore. And so you see that level of frustration, I think, within some judges today.
Amy Guida, we thank you so much for your time and joining us tonight. Amy's book, Seek and Hide, The Tangled History of the Right to Privacy, is now available wherever books are sold. And still to come, the deadly attacks targeting schools in Afghanistan and the secrets from a White House chef. Stay with us.
It was a scary time. In the 70s, you had multiple bodies showing up in Los Angeles.
There were so many murders happening. You had to have a name for it, serial killer.
There was a human head in there.
This was premeditated evil.
You have this clock. This person is going to do this again. It's me against the killer. Who's going to win?
We'll see who laughs last.
What came next was unlike anything they had ever seen.
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
National parks are incredibly safe places. A crime will happen.
Hey, my wife had fallen. She's in really critical condition.
At that time, I thought it was just a tragic accident. There's still a lot of questions we need to ask.
There were small things that didn't totally add up.
This is 2 lives for Harold that have died now. I was shocked. Something's not right.
Now streaming on ABC News Live 2020. True crime, cinematic, real-life drama, stunning, the unthinkable. Follow the clues, The Hunt. True crime 2020. Now streaming on ABC News Live. Take America's #1 news with you, anywhere you go, anytime, free. Download the ABC News app now. Breaking news, exclusives, 24/7. There for you with one touch. The ABC News app. Download it now.
Welcome back. We are tracking several headlines around the world. In Afghanistan, explosions targeting schools killed at least 5 people, including students, and injured 17. Investigators say at least 3 explosions occurred in rapid succession at 2 different schools that serve Kabul's Shiite Muslim minority. The group has been targeted by Islamic State in the past. No one has claimed responsibility for today's blasts. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman confirmed today that China has signed a security agreement with the Solomon Islands. He did not provide any details on the agreement, but a draft leaked online says that Chinese warships may stop in the South Pacific island country, and China may send armed forces there to assist in maintaining social order. The U.S. is sending 2 top State Department officials to the Solomon Islands later this week around concerns that China could establish a military presence there. And in Argentina, dramatic CCTV video shows the moment a commuter fainted and fell into the gap. You see it right there of a moving train. The security camera footage shows a woman stumble forward as she passes out and then collapses into the gap between the train car and the platform. Thankfully, the woman survived the fall. She was treated for her injuries at a local hospital. From cooking in the White House under 4 presidential administrations and working with the nation's top generals in the Pentagon to serving our country in Iraq, Chef Andre Rush has measured his life success by giving back. In his new book, Call Me Chef, Damn It, A Veteran's Journey from the Rural South to the White House, Chef Rush opens up about his greatest triumphs and most vulnerable moments. Chef Rush joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Such a pleasure being here.
So before we get to your illustrious career as a chef, let's start with your roots in Mississippi, right?
Mississippi.
And you talk about in the book how you got your big heart from your mom. Talk to us about her influence on you as a chef.
Oh, wow. So in Mississippi, my dad was a big guy. He worked construction for 50 years, and he believed that the boys go to work and the girls go to work, and no boys cook. So I used to actually sneak and cook with my mom as a youngster because I just loved, me and my mom had a wonderful relationship. And so I loved the camaraderie, and I also loved when we got together as a family, how the demographics changed. Everybody was so happy, the energy, and it was like Christmas every time we ate at a table. So I just loved it. And I wanted it all the time.
And as you're a young man, you enlisted in the Army, and you talk about how you made a name for yourself in the kitchen, but some of the higher-ups really said that you're not going to amount to much, right? How did your doubt fuel your ultimate success?
You know, it's funny because you get that in life. You know, people telling you you're not going to be worth much. You're not going to be doing something. I mean, I came from Mississippi, you know, from the projects, and I had a country twang to me, but I was the hardest worker. You know, people will doubt you all the time, but it doesn't faze me. It actually fuels me.
Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, you worked in the White House as the chef for, what, 20 years? Talk to us about that experience of being such an integral part of one of the most powerful places on the planet.
Very humbling. I mean, I'll be honest with you. With my dad going in front, just like I do any job, I never look left or right. I just go and I do my job. I do it to my fullest, no matter if I'm picking up something or I'm cooking something, it doesn't matter. And I didn't have a time to actually enjoy it, meaning that ooh and ah, I just worked. I worked really hard, but later on, it was like, wow, this is pretty cool to be part of history where no one else has been, and to see things that no one else could see, and to be a part of something much even greater.
Any unique requests from some of our commanders-in-chief?
Unique. I don't know if unique or not. It's just anything that I cooked on.
Yeah. Was very special.
It was always very special.
I'm sure that they thoroughly enjoyed it. So now let's flip gears a little bit and talk about the PTSD that you experienced on 9/11, working at the Pentagon, going back in to make some rescues. How has talking about it helped you heal?
It's been very therapeutic for me, and not only from talking about it, from the people that experience as well. I had a conversation 2 weeks ago when one of the guys from the Pentagon, who's a DOD officer, called me up and said he was having problems, right? And this is from 9/11, and this was a process for me. It's not a had, it's have, and how am I gonna deal with it? And I call it a deterrent because you never know when it's gonna happen, when it's gonna come back. PD doesn't go away, it's just something that kind of lingers around if you're triggered.
So give us a sampling, if you will, of some of your tools that you use for coping.
Tools I use for coping, also cooking. Cooking, I started a program called Cooking to Cope with a bunch of veterans, USO guys, males and females, and we did mystery baskets, which is a bunch of food, no recipes, and we just cooked. And I taught them how to use food as medicine, medication, holistic, as loving, as caring, what it's meant to be. I told them to respect food more. But the most important thing is also the mental state. And the mental state is, which is everything, which I also focus on kids all the time because they are the foundation. I think about a big guy like me who's going through things, and then I think about the kids who are not as big and who's a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more emotional because they didn't grow up like we did.
And you talked about fitness. I mean, we cannot let you go without talking about the gun show that you brought in here. And so what, 2,222 push-ups a day? How did you end up doing that? I just did it. I'm an endurance trainer. People don't understand that. Being 275, 280, I'm going up and down. For this kinetic energy and this weight, I still want to be very active, very limber, all these different things. So when I started with 22 a day, 22 vets commit suicide a day, also with bullying, anti-bullying, social bullying, I just said I need to do something that's going to be more, to get more attention. And the 2,222 would get your attention. So I did it, and I did it all, and luckily and fortunately and God willing, it got a lot of attention. 2018, you went viral. You're using those arms for good.
Hey, of course.
Chef, we thank you so much for joining us. Mad you didn't bring us some of that jalapeno chicken.
Next time.
Next time. All right. Call Me Chef Damon, a veteran's journey from the rural South to the White House is available now wherever books are sold. We should have arm wrestled, see who could be the victor. Still to come, the climate changer who took it upon herself to try and save a forest. It's tonight's Local Lowdown.
Right now, with so much at stake, Sunday mornings, this is the place. Taking on all the tough questions, straightforward reporting, no spin, no hype, no bull. Thank you for making ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos the #1 Sunday morning news show versus the competition.
Welcome to This Week.
Take America's #1 news with you, anywhere you go, anytime, free. Download the ABC News app now. Breaking news, exclusives, 24/7. There for you with one touch. The ABC News app. Download it now.
She was
diva,
drama, money and fame, amazing, the prime housewife.
Then suddenly, we've seen a lot of things on The Real Housewives, but we've never seen anyone be arrested.
Unpredictable rich woman. Sign me up.
Ready for a little GMA-ish promo? Okay, here we go. GMA 7A every day with Robin, George, and Michael. That's how you start the day. Boom!
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news, free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
Finally tonight on this Earth Week, we wanted to introduce you to a climate changer who has stepped up in her community to preserve a beautiful forest, and it's helped her to find a sense of purpose in life as she gets older. Reporter Will Jones from WLS in Chicago has tonight's local lowdown.
Brenda Elmore loves nature.
Beautiful day out here to get some restoration work done.
The 59-year-old black woman from the Chicago suburb of Lansing says her love of the outdoors began more than 10 years ago.
Some things were going on in my life at that time that I needed to change. I needed something that I could do where I could get outside and feel like I could breathe again.
The former cosmetologist says she rediscovered her joy here, working on conservation work in the Chicago area at one of the oldest and largest forest preserve districts in the country, the Forest Preserves of Cook County.
I had an aha moment as to this is what I want to do. And it was just, for me, peace and serenity to just show up, and now all that I hear is nature.
When you first started, you weren't a nature person.
Not at all. So no, I wasn't a nature person. The most that I've done in nature prior to working is helping my mom plant some vegetables in a garden, and I absolutely hated it. I just wanted to stop by and check and make sure that things are going well.
Elmore is in charge of the crews responsible for restoring the woodlands of the forest preserves. That includes removing invasive species.
If you see all those small stems, that is glossy buckthorn. Those are the things that actually we're removing with the brush cutter.
Invasive species, plants that are not native to a region, can wreak havoc on the ecosystem.
We need to get them out of here so that the things that should be here can grow and thrive. Every native plant is a resource, a food for something.
Elmore says there is beauty in nature, not only with how it looks, but also the function that it plays in our world. And she's on the front lines of the fight to save our planet from climate change.
We want to just maintain this ecosystem or try our best to get it back to its natural habitat as it once was. More?
One more.
Okay.
Plants absorb and store carbon from the atmosphere, which can help reduce global warming. Elmore works to educate others about the importance of nature conservation, particularly people of color. According to the Center for American Progress, people of color continue to be the subject of violence or intimidation while out enjoying nature. Additionally, they have been excluded from the U.S. conservation movement, which has been dominated by, quote, white people and white perspectives.
I didn't see people that look like me. And so that was one of the things that inspired me to go out and make that change. I encourage people of color to come on out, join us in this fight to save our planet, save our environment, and get on out here and do some restoration, conservation work. I always cared about the environment, but not to this extent. I didn't know to care as much as I care now.
It is an all-hands-on-deck effort. Our thanks to Will from that. And that is our show for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned to ABC News Live for more context and analysis of the day's top stories. I'm Lindsay Davis. Thank you so much for streaming with us. Have a great night.
America's #1 news, ABC.